In tourism, when we speak of our product, we're talking about natural resources, cultural resources, lodging, and attractions. Our tourism product development program empowers and assists communities. They do this by helping communities identify, develop, and get their experiences visitor-ready.
Georgia Department of Economic Development Tourism Division that came down and did a survey of what we can do to promote tourism here in Dublin. And that's where all of our tourism really took flight.
We don't have all the answers, so certainly we want the experts to come in and let us know what we need to focus on.
The tourism division came up with the idea that we need to put a monument to recognize the significance and the magnitude of a young Martin Luther King Jr. doing his first public speech here at the First African Baptist Church.
April 1944 is when he did his first speech, The Negro and the Constitution. He came here, he stood right at that podium right there to do his speech. It's really very encouraging for Dublin in the tourism way because everybody wants to know about Dr. King. You can't help but want to know where he's been, what he's done.
We've had over 8,000 visitors that have come to visit that park over the last 2 years.
All of the citizens of Dublin came together and we decided to make that project happen. It just was a feel-good project for everybody.
Our Downtown Development Authority and our tourism group work closely together and being sure that we're on the same page in what we want to produce for the visitor, but also for our locals. And now we're embarking on a new set of plans.
And it has been tremendous. When we have a project, a good idea that we know it would benefit all of Dublin and Lawrence County, we come together as one to make it happen.
Back in 2009, we established the Tourism Product Development Program. TPD teams have been so successful in assembling experts of all backgrounds. In the first 10 years, we've conducted 70 resource team visits. In addition, nearly $1.5 million in grants has been distributed.
Andrew College has been the educational, cultural, and spiritual beacon of this area since 1854. The tourism product team came to town in the summer of 2016. When they came to town with a team of 9, they changed a great deal for the good about Randolph County and Andrew College. They were here, I think, for 3.5 days in June. In September, they came back and they delivered a presentation and a product, which was a spiral-bound notebook, a report that each of us could digest and execute. So our plan on behalf of the college is to physically move parts of our arts program into downtown Cuthbert. And we're well underway in doing that with some of the building acquisitions and renovations that we've done. This very space that we're in, which I'm told is the oldest building in downtown Cuthbert, was the first building that we took on. It was donated to us, and we've created a ceramic studio out of it. So we've got a beautiful space for our students to come down here and receive instruction in ceramics every semester. If downtown looks better and functions better, when people see pedestrians coming and going, then other small businesses will be attracted to it. Chris Johnson from here at Andrew College has been so inspired by the work of the tourism product team that he referred to that report as his blueprint for what he finds inspiring and what he is trying to help the college do. He also has become the master of murals, as we like to call him. We now have 6 buildings downtown. Before the tourism product team came, we had 0. Well, now we have 6. And we are literally helping turn the lights back on in downtown Cuthbert.
As Georgians, sometimes we don't realize what we have in our own backyards. Local assets in rural Georgia communities can translate into one-of-a-kind experiences.
We brought the tourism resource team in 2014. They not only saw things and asked us questions, but they also helped us to see things that we had not seen before. We started with the bridge because when the team came, they said, gosh, this is a beautiful, beautiful asset. and look at its history. What are y'all doing with it? And of course, we weren't doing anything with it, except it's just sitting here. We weren't promoting it. Now we've got an experience, because you can come out here, you can have a picnic, you can listen to this water and this nature and walk through the bridge and imagine how it was in the 1840s when Horace King built this bridge. If you know the Walking Dead story, they used the fictitious town of Woodbury. So we kept saying, we got the real Woodbury over here. We worked with a geocache expert. He went out and helped us to identify all sites in and around the city of Woodbury. And so we said, why don't we create a zombie-themed geocache trail? So it was a huge success. And since then, we've had a steady stream of traffic that has come through just to do this. Every product that we roll out, we want to make sure that we can market it, and we want to make sure that we educate the community about it. So that's what we've been trying to build is a Meriwether County that is thriving as it relates to tourism. So we got all of that going for us.
Supporting business startups and expansions, especially small businesses, is a real focus for us here at the Georgia Department of Economic Development.
We were so thrilled to be selected by the Georgia Department of Economic Development to have their tourism product development resource team visit our community to bring their expertise with ideas on how we could even grow those tourism destination locations even greater than we already have.
Throughout the years, the railroad has played a very significant role in our development. For example, in the 40s, when the 18,000 soldiers got off at the depot here in downtown, they marched from the depot out to Camp Toccoa at Currahee.
There are a lot of train enthusiasts that enjoy watching trains, and so they would pull up in their car, but there was really nowhere to be. And so one recommendation that the team had was to build a viewing platform. It's a nice place for people to hang out while they're waiting for the next train.
The Military Museum honors the local veterans on a monthly showcase. There was a recommendation from the Tourism Product Development team to continue their efforts at Camp Toccoa at Currahee to market that as a tourism destination, which is what they're continuing to do. They have recently constructed a gift shop and a pavilion, as well as they are restoring a C-47 plane and barracks. We are at the Ritz Theater in downtown Toccoa. It's a historic theater built in 1939. The product development team came and saw what a wonderful asset this was for our community and recommended that we brand that theater and the programming. From that resource team report, we have tried to implement their recommendations. We see just from Ritz performances at the theater on a Thursday evening, it not only benefits the theater, it benefits our local businesses, our local restaurants, our retail businesses.
Over the past 10 years, our tourism product development program has championed rural Georgia. And this program helps communities uncover their future